Hey there, Stampers! We are going to do another Step It Up video. And if you saw my first one, this is the official second one. Step It Up is, we take a simple card and we show you how to do that. Or I do, not we. It's just me here with my camera. So it's, I'll show you how to do a very simple card. And then I'll show you how to take it a step it up to the next level. And how easy it is to go from this to this card, and then the final step would be this card. And I think they're all lovely, and I'd be proud to send them, any of them, to any friend or family. So I want to go ahead and show you, and I love this stamp set, and I love these colors. I've been doing these colors a lot. So let's go ahead and get started, and we're going to start with the step one. So I took Old Olive cardstock, and I cut it. This is 4 1/4 by 11, and then I just folded it and used my bone folder to fold it at 5 1/2. So this is kind of the standard card size. And then I cut a piece of Old Olive Designer Series paper, just 1/4 inch smaller on all sides. So it's 4 by 5 1/4, and the same, stepping down one with the what color is this? This is raspberry something. I should know this. Anyway, so this is just 1/4, and then the Whisper White, and that's down a little bit further. Let's see. This is 3 by 4 and a bit. Not quite 4 1/4. So once again, like I did on the last video, I go ahead and I get the ink, and I use, a lot of times I'll use markers for my stamps, especially things like this where I want multicolors introduced and I want to do it fast and easy. And I'm only using 2 colors, the Old Olive and the Rich Raspberry. See, I thought of it. And then I did this on the other video, and I said it's a real cost-effective way of being able to have all the inks at your disposal. I'm a big fan of all of the markers because you can use them for journaling and scrapbooking, or even if you feel confident enough to write on a sentiment on your card. And sometimes I do hand titling. So, oops, fiddly dee. I colored my flower. I got too focused on what I was talking about, and so I'm just going to wipe it off. You could use a baby wipe. I'm not overly exact on things, but it's not such a bad thing to see that everybody makes mistakes and they're easily remedied. So when you're doing these with the markers, you do have to pay attention a little bit to where you want your ink, or you'll have to use your fingers like I did to rub it off. And you just kind of take a little more care going around where there should be. And if you wanted to add more color to the flower, you certainly could, or even to the grasses. You could give it more dimension by doing the ones behind it further away a darker color, and then the ones closer could be a lighter color, and it would give you some dimension and depth. And the same with the flowers. You could add pink, any one of the wonderful Stampin' Up! Pinks, to give the flower a little more dimension. But for this, I actually just like the 2 colors. So on this one and on the last step, okay, so you can see, pretty easy peasy. I didn't get all the way. I'm sure somebody out there in video land is saying, hey, you didn't finish the bottom. You need more ink. Okay, but you get the idea. So, huff on it. Heavy breathing, as I've been teased. And then you're going to center it where you want it on the card. And press away. Make sure you have good contact so the ink is pretty. And the same for the sentiment. And I do like to mix it up. On the last card, sometimes I do all one ink and sometimes I don't. So today I think we're going to go with, we'll do Believe and Seen in Old Olive. And the rest of the words in Rich Razzleberry. I won't forget that again. Some of the newer colors are hard for me to remember the names. And Seen, the last with the little period. And then go back to Rich Razzleberry. It's even right here for me to see. And this will not need to be huffed on more than likely because it doesn't take too long to ink it up. I just want to make sure, since it's such thin lettering, that it's the ink actually comes in contact with the surface. So I kind of go on the side of the marker just to make sure it's all inked up. And then I love the clear stamps. My head's in the way, I always do this. So you can see exactly where you want it. I probably should have done the image over a little bit, but it gives you the idea, and you just adhere it down, mat it, and very quickly and simply you have your level 1 card, like this. Now going to the level 2 card, you stay with the same base, and instead of just the Old Olive Designer Series paper, you're going to add a black mat. And I know some of you have requested exact dimensions. I just trim it. I eyeball a lot of this. I kind of go with this, and then I get it on a trimmer and I trim it to the way I like it. I don't really have the measurements. You might like more of a border or less, so it just depends on what you like. And then instead of using the Designer Series Paper Rich Razzleberry, I used just a mat here. And just put this on here and mat it. Use my favorite little hole punch to punch a hole in this image here, and this yummy, yummy, yummy satin ribbon, tie a knot, and you can see you would have the first step up. That's card number 2. Easy peasy, right? So those of you who think you can't do it, you now can very easily. Step 3 is a little more time consuming, as all cards, that look like they're time consuming usually are. Same base, we'll start with the Old Olive card base, and from step 2, the black, and from step 2 and step 1, we're going to take the Old Olive Designer Series paper. And then from step 1, we're going back to using the Designer Series paper, and I've matted it in black, and we're just going to put that on here. And instead of using the rectangle for the image, I cut out circles and I did mats, and I stamped my image right here and the sentiment, and then I sort of decided where I liked it, and I chopped it off after I adhered all the pieces together, and I just chopped it off with a paper trimmer. And to get the dots, it's really as simple as you think it is. I'm just going to use this to show you. I use the white pen, and it is time consuming, but it's also a good idea to get it going, to get the ink flowing. I just sort of start, sometimes a little rub. Anyway, it's really quite simple. You just make little dots. I don't measure, I eyeball it, I try to stay in the center. And as I come to an end, sometimes you can just sort of gauge where you're going to end up, so that you can turn the corner and keep going. But it's really as simple as that. And on this one, I did the dots on the black mats on all of them. And then I just took the ribbon, tied it in a cute little bow, and assembled the card. And as quickly as that, you can really see how easy it is to step up your cards anytime you want. I hope this has been helpful, and I really appreciate you taking a look. Have a great day. Thanks.